So for me, also my aha moment was, in fact, a combination of all that. Because I was practically here, sitting here. I didn't move, well, I did step out of the meetings and came back. But I joined all the breakout rooms.
I saw you.
And I was taking notes from each.
Yeah.
So, hey, what better experience to get than this, which was virtual and in person as well. So really, I mean, I'm really here to see. I think given the conditions, right? I would say that unless there's zero COVID in every country, we really need to take care of it. So, anyway. So, who can tell me, take a look at this picture and tell me what you think. Anybody, just tell me what you think. Phones, what about?
Multiple access.
Multiple
Access.
Hey, I saw IT technicians today. That's what I saw.
A lot of phones are being so impressed with multiple phones. Chaos.
So, yeah, chaos. Banks is chaos. We call this, the chaos always says, in the midst of chaos, there's order, right? And this was a picture I saw from Bank. And it says here, we launched both iOS and Android apps. But on Android, there are so many makes and models that this is a typical Bank development thing. So iOS, yeah, it's one. But Android, what Samsung, Techno, Huawei, name it. That's what they're doing. They want to make sure that the customer experience when you're using their app is one, seamless, is uniform, no hitches, and it addresses everyone. For me, that was like, wow, I mean, this is serious thing. And this was about less than a week before I actually got the invitation to talk at this program. And so when I got this invitation, I said, okay, what's going on? And surprisingly, the day after I got the invitation, I met Dr. Gordon.
Oh?
Yes, at the cafe. And obviously I got it, I said, what can I say? And he reminded me of an event similar to your experience some months ago where I had joined the webinar online. I'd actually spoken online and had driven to the event. So, like you, I was online speaking and then actually, listening to it online. And then I got there and contributed in person. So, like you said, yeah, I mean, all your harmonies, I was, just going through. But to take a phrase from the Bible, it says the Spirit of God was hovering over the earth, and there was confusion, and he said, for me that was the first design thinking moment of creation. Because there was a plan, he said, he had in mind what he wanted to do. So, in life every day, design thinking is with us. We may not think of it as we're really going through that process, but it's in us. When you're going for an interview, you think of what to wear. You are actually thinking, designing how you will. Let's break it here. Right, better. You're actually thinking how you prepare, appear before your audience and speak, because you want to address the situation, to address your purpose of applying for that position is to provide solutions to that problem. Okay. So now, like I said, I met Dr. Gordon. He spoke, gave me an idea. Okay. And I thought of he reminded me of the online and in-person event that I've been to. And again, another event I want to describe this. Now, this year, 3 times in a row, somehow, my wife got a car, and the car, it came with a package insurance cover. It came with it. So basically, there was no choice as to which insurance company to select. But somehow, 3 times in a row, every time I am driving that car, somehow the insurance has just expired either the day before or that same day. I don't know how. And it's not like I go and look and say, oh, your insurance is expiring, I want to know. Somehow I just need to use that car for that day. And like I said, 3 times in a row, it was either expiring or I just expired. And I said, okay. For me, the insurance company I use, about a month at the time, they send me a notification that, hey, the insurance will be due in a couple of days or in a couple of weeks. And then I think they sent a second reminder. 2 times, they sent me 2 reminders actually before the day. So I'm pretty well prepared for that. And I said, well, if your systems, your core systems don't remind you, the service provider, about your customers' situation, because that's what you're providing the cover. And if your systems are reminding you yourself, even the person providing the cover, that this person's cover is due or about to change. Because you should know it's your system. You have, even if it's not your system, you set up your cover. Because you have a customer relationship people. So you set up, okay, see, family, this thing. And that goes to show the example to which sometimes we miss those little things which can make a difference. And so straight away, this year, I just said, I'm changing it. So I called my friends, I told this, I want a new policy. Did it. I didn't even have to step in. Did it. Send me, this time you can get insurance, vehicle insurance online. So he did it, send me the sticker to my WhatsApp, and I could have gone somewhere to print that. So I'll pass that later. At least I have it now. So if you need, I can show it on the phone. And I had it, and then later I sent it. But again, what's the purpose of design? It's to implement something. Okay. During the discussion, the open forum we had. And please, I can't add anything to what has been said here about exciting. The brain power here is enormous. But essentially, the purpose of design is to implement. And again, when you talk about the discipline, I think what we lack is execution. That's really what we lack. Plan, but execution is really what is lacking, right? And yes, it is part of it. But the purpose is to implement something. That's what we plan to design it. And the purpose of implementation is purpose. It must address the need. There's a purpose for it. There's a purpose for thinking, for doing this bottle of water, for the phone that was produced for you, the laptop you use, the vehicle, were all designed in the same way. And if you look at it, sometimes, most often, a lot of thought goes into it. I like cars, so I watched it up here. And there's one of the series, they joke about it, but they said, this was they were testing something, one of the Italian cars. And the guy couldn't find where the knobs for the volume was, for the audio system. And he said, if this was a German car, we probably have about 1,000 people looking at it, studying, and telling, okay, let's put the audio button here, the serial control indicators here, and here. But this car, someone just came out. Put it here. So yes, it's not just the outdoor features, it's also the performance. It's in whether you sit in how comfortable you are. Sometimes, you know, sometimes when you sit, even in the back, you know. Yeah. But all that goes into design and ultimately purpose. What is it being used for? So, let me go with you. We all, in some way, you know, set some defined design that we all being useful. Because when you wake up, everybody has different mind practice. Everybody has different mindset thinkings about what to do for the day, how to go about it. And so, and like I said, design thinking, I think it's been with us, you know, right from day one, right? It's now come to the fore because customer experience is very key now, especially in this digital age. But back to the first, back to this picture now. Tells you, if you want to succeed in being customer-centric, in being relevant, in satisfying your customers' needs, you really have to go through that process of activations, testing, and making sure. And some of the things I picked from the breakouts. People open different accounts. This one I'm thinking of. You know, Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, and so on. But then they don't respond. You know, either they have a template. Dear so we have received your topic. We will get back to you. 7 days later, you're still waiting. Sometimes even there's no response. I'm sure it's happened to me a number of times. But put some thought into it. What are you intending to achieve? Right? And then plan the journey. It is a process. It's not an end. You know. Yeah, it's not an end in itself. It is a journey. It is a process. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that. Thank you all for coming. It's been exciting. I've also learned a lot. I trust that you have with the facilitators here. And let's keep thinking and iterating, designing, you know, very simple ways to keep this world going. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, wasn't that worth the wait? Yes. Do you have time to wait? I feel like there are quite a lot of people who might want to say a quick hi. Do you have time till the end of the program? Yes. And ZK, I think that this is one opportunity that you don't want to miss. I think you're going through a very exciting time in your process. So don't let him slip away without getting a number. I've said it. So there we go. Now, typical Ghanaian style, we have to let the Ochiami come and see us off, right? Yes, you know, because, you know, the typical say, oh, Mami Kojo, and they take you to the gate, and that's an old lady, you wish you could hurry up and run away, but now she has to get up and tie the cloth, and you have to wait. No, it's tradition. So since you came to our house, we would now like to properly say thank you, and who better to do that than the co-founder of the Design Thinking Ghana, Mr. Gordon Adomja.
Thank you. I should start by saying thank you to you for being able to seamlessly coordinate, you know, eyeballs over here, eyeballs over here. It's a lot of work, and I think it's one of the features of hybrid. So I reminded Kofi that, you know, I couldn't have I'm not giving closing keynotes, closing remarks, because how can I top what Kojo Dougan presented, you know. But thank you so much for joining us today. We were sharing in our breakout room that, you know, the world has changed. COVID showed us that we could really interact globally seamlessly if we set up the process well. And I'm sure you've been part of these sessions where, you know, somebody's trying to connect, the line goes bad, and then, you know, and then if finally when they connect, there's feedback in the system, there's echo, it never worked. So over the past couple of weeks, if you will, we've been trying to figure out what does hybrid really mean? How can we perfect this model so that we can more effectively interact and conduct design thinking workshops like we've been doing in the past, as if, you know, nothing has happened. So a few keynotes, a few key points, and these are pointers from our breakout room as well, because we talked about the topic. So one of the things we identified, I'm sure you gave the summary, right? But one of the things we identified is that what we're talking about here is not big church events with, you know, mixers and multiple mics on TV and so forth, right? It is also not taking one laptop and putting it in front of 3 people and having a Zoom call, right? We're talking about a setting like this. How do you continuously have good quality hybrid interactions with a group of, let's say, 20 or 30 people, with other people from all over the world? Because we saw from COVID that the moment the moment you have an online component, you have very high quality interaction with people that would normally not participate in the conversation because it's too expensive to have them in person. They can't come. Suddenly they are somewhere in the world and they're giving you rich content. So how do we do that? And you push that a little bit further and you say, how do we take digital online sort of breakout sessions into an in-person breakout session and still have people online elsewhere in the world? In the same room, in the same large room. Do you see that? Think of all the breakout rooms as tables in a really big room. Is that possible? That's totally possible, right? Localize the sound, very easy to do. So we think we are on the verge of something. We experimented a bit in some of our workshops, and we thought that we should share this information and collaborate with you, coordinate with you, and see how we can better build these systems. You know, so it's good to hear Kenny talk about how they have judges from California and elsewhere on their pitches, you know, and how we think, you know, this conversation can help build that better. It's good to hear Kojo talk about sort of the seamlessness of these systems. I remember, I don't know if you share that experience. We did a session where this was on the startup build, and Kojo was online for half the time, and I turned around and there he was. And I missed your name. Enoch was talking about Wayne's comment an hour ago when he wasn't here. Then he is. When I gave a presentation on the screen, I don't know if you realize that. Yeah. An hour and a half ago, she wasn't here, there she is. This is hybrid, right? This is how exciting, if you will, sort of these kinds of workshops and interactions are going to be in the future. And I'm very excited that we are able to get our guys to both design and curate this conference. And I was just going to mention, but then you stepped out. So I want to thank our co-chairs, Sophie, Jenfi, and Emilia. Putting this all together is amazing. And of course, it won't happen without Matthew, our and the rest of the team, Rosina, Carl, and all the others that you don't see, they are all online. So thank you. Apuna, Eugene, Brian, Calvin, all of them. We were here for about 6 hours trying to make this work. Our co-speaker were here as well. You know. So thank you, everybody. We went over a little bit, but we are glad that you could stay with us. We had to have, I'm sure you already know that we had to have a shorter conference because of the COVID restrictions. But we're very excited to be having this conversation because we think this is the future of how interactions are going to happen, and we are glad that we were able to have it with you. So, thank you so much.